All right. Third time's a charm, right? Here we go. We're working on it. And I've got all these screens up and running. Here we go. Yes, now it's official. It's happening. Yo, let's go. All right, we're live. Hey, my friends. Happy Monday, everybody. How's it going? AC Jones, NT Page, Kevin Jazz. What's up, Kevin Jazz? Sweet Fergie. Moira, my friend. Yes. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm using StreamYard, and it's because it's so much easier. I can do everything from my desktop this way, and I forgot to add myself to the live. So I was just sitting in the back office, if you will. So yes, now we're up and running. What's up, guys? Yo, Eddie. Oh, I see so many of my friends on here. What is up, my friend? Let's go, Sarah. So I got Eddie and I got Moira on Insta. I got Sarah on Facebook. This is freaking awesome. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's have some fun. All right. Hey, really quick. Let's just do a quick this or that. I'm just kind of curious as everyone's jumping in right now. Okay, it's barbecue season. I know we all got plans, but when it comes to barbecue, are you? And we're just going to do some quick little polls. Are you barbecue chicken or are you burgers and hot dogs? Or let's just say chicken, barbecue chicken or burgers. What's it going to be? Yo, AJ Papas, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? So good to see you. Okay, burgers or barbecue chicken? What's it going to be? Meryl is a barbecue chicken girl. Jackie's Journey Burgers. I see Tad is burgers. Sabria, so, let's see. Sabrina, okay, she's chicken. Let's see, Heidi chicken, Smurf burgers. Yeah, this is a pretty good split. Sarah's a burger girl. I see. Yo, Jade, what's up in St. George, Utah? Man, it's pretty split here. Okay, we got Agnes from France. Agnes, what's it going to be for you? Chicken or burgers, huh? Or none of the above? What do you? Well, first of all, there's you don't have your. I mean, we're Memorial Day here in the U.S., but as far as May goes, so of course we're doing a ton of barbecues out here. What do you guys like to do for barbecues in France? That's my question for you. Oh, I'm with I want to see Isaac Soana or Isaac So Anna, a good steak. Hey, you can't argue with a good steak. I'm with you there. Michael Shockley says chicken all the way. Jade barbecue chicken. So okay. Oh, Beth, what's up, Beth? Beth Hayes says hamburger. So here's the thing, guys. I'm first of all, I love them both. I'm gonna go with the barbecue chicken. Also, not. I mean, as far as taste preference goes, it changes by the day. But I think I've got these. I've got the best barbecue chicken thighs ever. They're so simple. In fact, I'm gonna have to share this recipe one of these days. Okay, okay. We got that one out of the way. How about this one, my friends? Is it going to be again? It's warming up a little bit. Are you more of a poolside person or a beach person? What would it be? Poolside or beach? What's it going to be? Let's see. Akosamash Andrea in Slovakia. Sarah, I know Sarah Wilson loves the beach. Yes, this is I so you even Sarah, when I asked the question, I already knew your answer on that one. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. I see Rain Fairy Dust says beach, A Haney pool, Jovan pool, Murray pool. American Jedi cold plunge. Did you plunge yet today? American Jedi? I did. That's I haven't broken my streak in the longest time. I mean, I can't even tell you how long it's just a morning thing. Guys keep in mind I don't pledge long, maybe 1 minute. And it's all for just the adrenaline rush. That's it. It's just for the big wake up, big cortisol spike. Here we go. Megan says poolside. Um, Tam Tam, Tennessee, so it's a lake. Okay, fair enough. Especially now that it's heating up. Okay, let me see here. American Ninja. Yes, you did. Cold plunge. Nice. I love it. Bonjour, Summer Vergen, France. Here we go. Oh, we got Chile just jumped on. Okay, Michael Shockley says, live at the beach, but gotta go pool. Mike, what are you thinking, dude? You live at the beach, but you gotta go at the pool. Maybe I guess it's because you're used to the beach all the time, so maybe a pool's kind of fun. Let me see. Jade Beach. Oh, Jade says, okay, so for a spherical man fitness retreat. Okay, let me check out my DMs for some info on that. Yo, Adam is on. Beach sounds fun, but pool is fair enough, Adam. Beach is fun, pool is easier, especially when you've got kids in tow. That's for sure. And it's a lot cleaner. Let's be honest. Whether everyone's piling back into your car or hopefully it's a rental, right? Oh man. Okay. This is too fun, guys. All right. Here we go. How about this one? My friends? Morning workouts or night workouts? And this isn't a trick question. Anytime you work out is a win. So what's it going to be for you guys? A morning workout or a night workout? What's it going to be? Yo, Chris, thank you so much for the kind words, man. That is awesome. Proper form with what you. So I'm just curious as to proper form is the beach or the pool, or the proper form morning workout, evening workout. Okay, I see it. There's a lot of early birds here, a lot of morning peeps. A couple night owls. Moray, I'm with you. Morning, but forced to do the night sometimes. I typically do my weight training in the evenings, but then I'll do like my cardio in the mornings. So, DJ Porter, fair enough. Whenever she can motivate herself to get it done. You know what? That's anytime you do get it done, it's a win. Even if you're just going through a warm up, right? That's it. So, yo, Matt Ferris, what's up, dude? You're a morning and afternoon guy. Fair enough, man. I certainly prefer. I do like morning workouts, especially because it's just nice to get it out of the way. Then that's for sure. But yeah, I see a lot of morning peeps on here. Becky Joe, after work workout. Fair enough. Yep, I get that. Jade, there you go. Night after the kids go to bed. That was my grind for a long time, Jade. So Donna, morning. Mahi, hello. Kelly, morning. Brian, how long do I do resistance training for? Typically, my sessions might last. Well, here's the thing. I take a lot of time between sets. And so my sessions will go 45 minutes to an hour just because I do rest a lot between sets so I can give maximum intensity because I typically train for hypertrophy. When I'm training for strength or I'm training for size, I want a lot of rest between sets so I can go high intensity. I can get the maximum number or the maximum intensity and the maximum tension in the muscles, which does require a decent amount of rest in between. However, if I'm training for muscular endurance or I'm doing metabolic conditioning and it's all work capacity, I shorten those rest periods significantly. It's usually these really fast circuits. So I hope that helps. So remember, you play around with your rest periods or your resistance training sessions based on your goals because it changes depending on where you want it to go, which is kind of fun because when you learn how that works, you get to be your own little artist here. And you just paint between the lines. And as long as you do that, you get to where you want to go. Mahi, apkaze ho. Hello. All right. Yo, you bet, brother. You bet, man. Of course. Okay, so we're having some fun. Matt, dude, I'm with you, man. Working out in the morning definitely gets the day going. All right, now here's a little test for y'all. How many of you stayed well hydrated over the weekend? Drop just either like a hand raise or give me like a little water drop. Just so curious, how many of you either hit your hydration goals or were well hydrated over the weekend? Because my friends, it's warming up and it is it's that time. And I tell you what, the moment that you are thirsty, you're already dehydrated, and just a 1 to 2% drop in your hydration levels can significantly impact your cognition. It'll actually slow your metabolism, by the way. So, in fact, I'm going to be rolling out a post here in the next few days, just a nice friendly reminder. that you all need to stay hydrated. So it's just gonna be like top 5 tips to staying hydrated through the summer. Okay, I see a lot of hands. And you know what? It's okay if you even gave me a thumbs down or if you were not hydrated. This is, again, it's a friendly reminder because it is warming up, and hydration it sets the foundation for everything. In fact, a lot of times if you find yourself exhausted or you're not getting the results on the scale that you want, you might even find yourself a little bit bloated. It's totally counterintuitive, but chances are you might not be drinking enough water. So I'm just going to throw this out there. Again, I'm going to cover this in my post, but it's not a law, but just a really cool and easy rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces every day. So if you're 200 pounds, you drink 100 ounces of water. For reference, a gallon of water is 128 ounces. And so, a liter is going to be 33 ounces or so. So anyway, that way you just kind of have an idea for how much you should be drinking. So everyone, I want you to just think about how much do you weigh? What's half of that? And if you're getting that in ounces every day, at least you will be minimally hydrated. There's a lot of variables here and everybody is different. There's no one size fits all here. It's just it's an easy rule of thumb to follow. And by the way, hold on really quick. In fact, well, who's got their water bottle with them right now? Give me a hand raise or a little water drop. I've got one of my many bottles here. And here's the thing, guys. I don't like the taste of regular water. It's bland to me. I mean, granted, I'll drink it. Of course, it's insanely refreshing. But at the same time, when I'm trying to stay hydrated, I make my water sweet. And so like I'm always using electrolyte powders. You could use like fruit infusions or anything like that. So I've got electrolyte powder in this one. Tropical Whip is what I'm drinking right now. But I've also got something right here. Oh, I just showed it to you guys. I was going to have everyone guess what's in my other hand because guess what? It actually counts toward your hydration too. This is like part of the whole thing. Believe it or not, and a lot of people think, "Oh, it's water. I have to drink my water. It's the only thing that counts toward your hydration." No, that's not true at all. In fact, there is a ton of water in your foods, especially high water volume foods like your fruits and vegetables, watermelon, pineapple, pears. There's a ton of water in those. That counts toward your hydration, toward that half your body weight. Soda. I'll say diet soda. Obviously, I'm just because I help people through the journey of transformation, and obviously we're usually talking about a calorie deficit, but anything you drink, juice, soda, coffee. Guess what? For the longest time, everyone's like, oh, coffee doesn't count. It's a diuretic. It's a very mild diuretic. And by the way, if you ask anyone in the nutrition science world, they'll all say, yes, coffee absolutely counts toward your hydration. Yeah. Dubai kale, liquid death. Yes, liquid death water absolutely counts. All of that. Eddie, you love the blue raspberry. I'm rocking Tropical Whip right now. Tropical Whip and blue lemonade. Those are like the two. Blue lemonade's a sleeper flavor, but it's so good. Okay. So Sarah says party punch this morning for you. That's probably in store for me later on. Yo, Jessica. What's up, my friend? Jessica Borg Alexander. She's joining us here. This is awesome. Okay. Guys, this is fun. All right. Now, real quick, let's have some more fun. Time to get real. How many here struggled over the weekend with their food? Raise your hand. Maybe drop an emoji of the food that you struggled with, because there probably is an emoji for it. And if there isn't an emoji for it, just maybe, you know what? This is a really good thing. Maybe write it out. So let me see. Okay, so for everyone who's just joining in right now, I've got a question roll that's for everybody here. If you struggled with food this weekend, you somehow fell off track, we're basically just raising our hand saying, hey, I struggled, or drop an emoji of the food that you struggled with this weekend. Okay, I see pizza, I see some chocolate, I see some cake, I see ice cream. Yo, if you're struggling with ice cream, we got to show you how to do ice cream the right way around here. And we got to show you how to do pizza the right way. Y'all need to try the stuffed crust pepperoni pizza with a pita pocket. Here's what you do. You take a pita, slice it open. You take your mozzarella cheese, your pizza sauce, and you could just chop up some turkey pepperoni, shove it in the inside of the pocket, and then you pour the pizza sauce over the top. You put your mozzarella, and you just lay your pepperonis on. You air fry it for 5 minutes at 390, 400 degrees. You've got literally a stuffed crust pepperoni pizza that's insanely high in protein and low in fat. There you go. You're welcome. When it comes to your ice cream, you can make so many incredible. If you struggle with ice cream, you need to invest. And I'm not paid by them at all, but in the Ninja Creamy. It is probably one of the greatest inventions of all time. And it's been an absolute game changer, guys. I've had ice cream for dinner for the last 3 nights, and I will take a picture and I'll send it to you. It's the most delicious thing in the world. And I do a chocolate drizzle on it, and I crush up a bunch of pretzels on there, but it's protein ice cream. So I'm getting like 32 grams of protein. The whole thing is just like, it's about 400 calories or so, but it's absolutely insane. So I'll have a lot more ice cream recipes rolling out here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. But first of all, guys, thank you for sharing. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing everything that you struggled with. Clearly, I think we need to start rolling out some more recipes on here just to help y'all out. I think that would be awesome. Let me see if I can actually take these glasses off and read some of these comments. Oh, there we go. I can still read. Yay. I'm telling you guys, getting older has been quite the journey, especially when it comes to my eyesight. Oh, A. Haney. A. Haney just called me out. Still waiting for the lemon pancake recipe. Oh, it's on its way. By the way, thank you for your patience on these. I know it takes a little bit of time, but we really want to be able to put them together into these beautiful interactive PDFs. I hope you guys have been liking those. I've been rolling them out, we usually 1 or 2 a week. But that way you can add them to a collection and you can just keep them going because they're so kitchen friendly. They're easy. And it's all those images right there. So you can just follow along. But the lemon ricotta pancakes are probably the best pancakes I've ever had in my entire life. I've made multiple versions of them. And so, yes, they are coming. Thank you for your patience again. And so stand by for that. I think there's a few more that are on their way first, but then they're slated to roll out, I think, in the next week or two. If you haven't yet, also, you can do that thing on Insta. I'm not sure how to do it on Facebook, but where you can just get notifications just so that you don't miss it. Because sometimes the algorithm will show you my stuff and sometimes it won't. So if you don't want to miss it, you can always do that thing where you can favorite someone. And if you did that, I would be very honored. Well, Melbar 84 brings up a really good point. Melbar says biggest struggle was, of course, due to Mother's Day. First of all, I'm really sorry that you lost your mom and you go to Food for Comfort. So thoughts and prayers out to you. And I'm sure that your mom is looking down on you and very proud of who you are. Just keep in mind, and not to kind of shift the mood here or anything, but something that always kind of helps me when I think about people that I've loved and lost is that I always remind myself that the best way to honor them is to live the life that they would want for me. So the one thing I can guarantee you is that your mom would probably not want you punishing yourself with food. And so I want to let you know. I also do understand it was Mother's Day. So I definitely get that it was probably definitely a weekend that quite a few people, you had a wonderful time with your mom, or you are a mom and you had a wonderful time with your family, and you should absolutely indulge because this is life and this is the custom of it. This is the tradition, and it's freaking Mother's Day. So I hope everyone did have an amazing, amazing weekend. All right. So real quick, guys, because these always they fly by so fast. But hey, Haney, the peanut butter cups are spot on. You talk about those peanut butter poppers that I posted. If you are, I love that you love them. They are so insanely good. And I mean, what an inexpensive and high protein and low calorie alternative that you can whip up and have them on standby anytime that you've got that sweet tooth going. So anyway, Kim Kabbalah. Oh, Krista, what's up? So good to see you guys on here. All right. So really quick, while we're jamming, hey, let's I want to do a super fast, just a lightning round. Well, we all know that I'm a little bit talkative, and so I'm gonna go as fast as I can. But if you guys have any questions for me, and because we can jam for about 10 to 15 more minutes, then I have to jump because it's Monday, and so we've got a series of meetings. But I want to start like this is I definitely miss going live on here, so I think we could have a ton of fun. Okay, let's see here. Any questions you guys have? Okay. Ooh, Andrea, this is a good question. Do you have ways of getting in veggies for people with no teeth? So you had bariatric surgery 4 years ago, gained weight, but now you can't have salad. The soft foods seem high in calories. Okay, Andrea, so check this out. Obviously, you can blend up your foods. Here's the thing. So if you really enjoy salads, I'd honestly invest in a blender. It's probably one of the best things you can do, especially if you can't eat any hard foods. I'm going to just throw a little twist on here, and I know you didn't ask, but there are so many incredible ways, because if you have a salad, that's nice. But if you have a salad, you always want some dressing on there, right? And so when it comes to your dressings, we can do so many delicious dressings with a cottage cheese base that you would never know the difference. You would never know the difference between the fully leaded version that's super high in soybean oil, which most of these dressings are, or the one that's actually based in a cottage cheese base, which is you're going to spend less for it. It's going to be high in protein, way lower in fat. But you can simply take like a packet of Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning, blend it in a blender with cottage cheese, and it's going to turn into the most incredible ranch dressing ever. By the way, this ranch is just one of a gazillion different creamy dressings that we can make for it. And you can, instead of a tablespoon, where you're just drizzling on, trying to get it onto every leaf that you possibly can, get a quarter cup on there because it's cottage cheese. And so you can actually really enjoy ranch with your salad. So blend up your salad, make up some cottage cheese in there. That way you're going to get some protein with your salad. And I really hope that helps, because it sounds like you're going to be limited to just drinking for quite some time. But especially with the bariatric surgery and all the fiber that you're going to be getting with all those greens, be careful, drink slowly, because it can come back up on you. So be careful there. So Numia brings up something great. She said, I don't like cottage cheese. Most people don't. Most people freak out because of the texture. It just drives them absolutely nuts. And a lot of people have a major phobia of it until you blend it. And when you do blend it for a good minute, blend it for a long time, and it turns into the creamiest base ever. But you're not just eating cottage cheese. It's going to be all those seasonings that bring it to life. And you could turn it into a cheeseburger spread. You could turn it into blue cheese. You could turn it into cottage cheese. You could turn it into tartar sauce. You could turn it into sour cream and onion. You could turn it, the sky's the limit. And so you can have all kinds of fun with it. Let me see here. So Angie says, what's your favorite Ninja Cream high protein ice cream flavor? Oh my gosh. So you just got one. So here's the thing. I've been on a new kick right now. I think one of the best things you can do when you're brand new to like the Ninja Creamy and making protein ice cream is to find the best vanilla base that you possibly can. And I found an incredible base with Core Power vanilla shakes. They're wonderful. Now this is a slightly more advanced recipe. Core Power vanilla shakes, a little bit of vanilla extract just to give it just that richness and the depth. And then I do use about a tablespoon and a half of sugar-free Jello pudding to give it, because it's got the thickener in there. So it's going to really help with the mouthfeel, because it's a low in fat recipe. And so that's usually how I'll create the base. And sometimes I'll even throw in a little teaspoon of sweetener just to find that perfect vanilla. Here's the catch. When you blend it, it's going to come out a little bit fluffy. And so it's not creamy at all. You blend it, and then when you pull it out, put about 2 tablespoons of any milk of choice in there, 2 to 3 tablespoons, and then respin it, and it will turn into the creamiest ice cream you've ever had. That's where I found a really solid vanilla base. So I just want to share that with you. But for what it's worth, and this is not a pitch or anything, but the shakes that I formulated a while back, which are the Transform HQ shakes, I intentionally made those with healthy fats in them. And so they make the creamiest bases as far as any flavor you want, from pineapple whip to orange cream to peanut butter chocolate to chocolate coconut to mint cookie to cookies and cream to boysenberry. Whatever it is, a scoop and a half of that in any milk of choice. This is the easiest way to make it. Scoop and a half, any milk of choice, 14 ounces, shake it up, put it in the pint container, freeze it overnight. Done. Any flavor you want. And you only spin it once. and it's already the creamiest shake you'll ever have because we include those healthy fats in the meal replacement shake. And so those are the easiest when I'm making flavors. But if I'm just going to create something from like a vanilla base and then add the toppings. So once I've got a vanilla base, now we can add all kinds of toppings. This is where we can have fun with Oreo cookies for mix-ins. This is where we can do drizzles of chocolate and crushed up pretzels. And we can add in some peanut butter powder. I can make up like a little peanut butter drizzle on there. I can do raspberry swirls. Clearly, guys, I get a little bit fired up with this stuff. But I hope that helps. Welcome to the world of the Ninja Creami. That's for sure. You're going to love it. Welcome aboard. Oh, hey, Haney, I'm so glad that you love the shakes. Yeah, they are tasty. And I mean, it took me quite some time to put those together to really nail it. But that was what we set out to do, is make the creamiest shakes out there. And they've become the best ice cream base of all time. They make it so much easier. Okay, here we go. My opinion on beetroot powder. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't, full transparency, I don't know a whole lot about it, but it seems to be incredible for endurance athletes. So that's actually something I need to study a lot more on. I know there's a big craze about it, especially as of recent. And so this is something I want to dive into. Right now, I just don't have the knowledge base to share that with you, but I will absolutely verse myself on it so I can speak to it. Okay, let me see if there are any other questions coming in here. Wendy's asking if I have a book with recipes. Not yet, but Wendy, I'm working on it right now. I've been deep in recipes for almost 3 years now. At first working on them just for myself and my kids. And then I started the collective, which is my private group of individuals. And they're all going through the journey of transformation. We started meal prepping on Sundays and having so much fun with it. And it just turned into this massive collection of recipes. So I'm in the process of putting them all together into a comfort foods recipe book. Because everything we do, we're remaking these comfort foods into these high protein, low sugar versions. High protein to keep you feeling full, and low sugar to prevent any more hunger and cravings. So it does the opposite of what its counterpart would do, which is, these hyper palatables that override your satiety systems. And it's like, you smash a bowl of ice cream that's super high in sugar. 30 minutes later, you want more ice cream. Well, not this. You enjoy this ice cream, and there's about 3 or 4 bites left, and you're like, I'm full, I'm done. You push away. And even if you eat the whole thing, guess what? It's a fraction of the calories of its counterpart, but then you're not hungry afterward. There's no hunger and cravings afterward. And what a really powerful tool in the journey. So yeah, it's coming together. It's definitely coming together, which is, I'm super excited about. Stay tuned for that. I'll be rolling it out here pretty soon. Yo, Scott, what's up? What's up, Cynthia? How's it going, my friends? All right. So by the way, great questions. Tina Love, how do you order the book? You know what? I'll let you guys know. It's not ready yet, but I'm working on, we're getting really close, and I'll be sure to let you know on right here on Instagram and Facebook. Or if you're on my mailing list, you'll actually be the first to know. And so if you've gotten any of my recipes and you've signed up for the mailing list, because we do send out new recipes every week on the mailing list as well. So if you're on there, which again, I'm having a ton of fun with this, and so if you are on there, great, enjoy. You'll be the first to know, and then I will definitely let you guys know here later on. Give me several weeks. I just want to make sure we're doing it right, but the team's working hard putting it together right now. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, Sarah Wilson. Yo, what's up, Sarah? She's a member of our collective. She says she's up in her steps. How often should she be replacing her shoes? Really good question, but you tend to wear them until your knees start bothering you. Okay, good question. Let me actually get back to you on a solid answer for that. I know when it comes to running, I think there's it's typically it all depends on how many miles that you're putting on your shoes. So first of all, I think it depends on the shoes, and then it depends on the miles that you're actually putting on them. And knowing you, because you're getting some pretty good results, I think you're putting a decent amount of miles on there. Typically, if you're extremely active, I remember this is a while back, so just in case the answer has changed, I remember a while back, usually if you're putting in a significant number of steps every day or miles, as far as running goes. They're saying to replace them every 3 months. But I'd much rather give you an actually like a set number of, well, maybe actually instead of giving you a number of steps, because that's hard to know, maybe a time would be best. So typically, if you're active on them and you're really putting in a lot of steps every single day, usually every 3 months is good to be swapping out shoes to keep them fresh. So I'll leave it at that. But let me come back to you and actually see what we're looking at as far as steps go. And I do think different brands would probably have a different answer, whether it's like, a Hoka or an Ultra or a Brooks or something like that, because they have different styles and kind of like a different squishiness. And also, like, are you a minimalist kind of person, or are you one of those walking on a cloud kind of people? So, um, all right, here we go. Yo, Jessica. Jessica says her steps have been consistent, 8 to 10,000 plus a day. That's a massive win, Jessica. Good job, my friend. Good job. All right. So I do have, let me see. I actually put together like a little breakdown of how I wanted this whole thing to flow for you guys, just because I want to have some fun. But I do need to run, my friends. I got to run. I do want to leave you with this. And drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments here. What's one small thing that you know that you can do for yourself today, just to win the day? It doesn't need to be huge. It's not 45 minutes of cardio, weight training session, drink all your water, portion all your meals, blah, 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 blah. Now, what's one small thing that you know you can do today to win today? It's Monday. So why not start this week with incredible momentum and just win today? So what's one small thing you can do? I love it. I see drink more water. Nice try, JR Lee. Good one, buddy. Breathe. I love that, Kim. Breathe. There you go, Marcy. I love it. I love it. J Flu, 10 minutes of movement. Silly Jackie. So reduce your sugar intake. I'd say instead of quitting altogether, maybe keep it to less than 30 grams, that's a significant. That's pretty solid. Fruit excluded. You can always have your fruit. I'm a big fan of fruit. There you go. Hot yoga. Yeah, there you go. Do a hot yoga session. There you go. And you win the day. I love it, Sarah. 3 things that you're grateful for. Get some sunshine, Isabel. Beautiful. Peggy, stay off Facebook Reels. Only stick to the lives with me, Peggy. Cynthia, there you go. 2 miles every day. I love that. Have you gotten your 2 miles today? That's the question. So if you do, you can commit to it, get it done. That's the biggest thing, guys. Small promise, get it done. Small promise, just what's one small thing that you can do for yourself today. Jackie says, "What's hot yoga?" Oh, it's amazing. And so it's typically, there's a lot of different hot yoga sessions, but it's essentially they crank the heat up in the room. I'm not exactly sure what the temperature is, but let me tell you, it's to a point where it's like you really have to kind of focus on breathing, because it can sometimes feel really stuffy in there, but it can keep challenging you to come back to your breath in your practice. But because your body heats up, you can really open up. It's an incredible experience, but I definitely think it's something that I highly recommend you warm up to it first. I'd say get into some regular sessions of yoga first. Make sure you feel really comfortable in it, and then just go to like a beginner hot yoga class before you do something like that, because you can start to feel claustrophobic. So be careful about that. There you go, Jessica. Keep up with your protein and water. Set a protein goal. There you go. And hit your protein goal for the day. What a win. That would be huge. Lily 92, life hydration. I love it. I love it. This is beautiful, guys. This is beautiful. Man. Hey, y'all. Well, I got to rock and roll. It's been, I was going to say 45 minutes. It was a good 10 minutes of technical difficulties, but I was determined to make this happen, and we did. We did it on both Facebook and Instagram. This is a ton of fun. So, guys, thanks for hanging out with me this Monday. I hope you guys have the most wonderful week ahead. And of course, I'll be posting throughout the rest of the week. So I've got some good stuff coming your way. I really hope it helps serve you on your journey of transformation. So I will be back. You guys have the most amazing Monday. And I'll see you guys soon in stories and posts. maybe next Monday. This is awesome. Let's have some fun. Well, I'll see if we can do this next Monday as well. So, all right, friends, have a great day. See ya.